Hi everyone, welcome to the webinar. Today we'll talk about how to get more funding for your startup with patents. I'm Dr. Graser, founder and CEO of KISSPatent. I'm a U.S. patent agent with 21 years of experience, helping startups protect their ideas and fulfill their dreams through patents. Now, while we wait for those who are coming in a bit late, let's go over the technical details. Right now, all of your mics are muted, but you can ask questions anytime. If you have a question, please use the chat and type in your question. Only I will see it. At the end of the webinar session, we'll do an extended Q&A where I'll answer all of your questions. But please, write those questions now in the chat so you won't forget by the end of the session. Okay, I think we have everyone on board, so anyone else coming in? No, I think that's it. Let's get started. So this is what happens when you spend way too much time with lawyers. Nothing in this presentation or in any material provided, whether verbally or in writing, constitutes legal or patent advice. So let's move on to what you'll learn today. This is our agenda for today. We have so many clients that want more funding, and we wanted to reflect their issues and problems. So first we'll talk about why funding is hard and what are the common problems. Then we'll provide you a solution on how you can increase your valuation. We'll show exactly how to raise your valuation and get more funding, and we'll also show you how we can help. At the end of the presentation, we'll do the Q&A. Remember, anytime you have a question, please put it into the chat, and at the end of the session, I'll answer them all. You can type in your question whenever you want, but I'll be the only one who sees it. We have a lot to cover, so let's jump right in. Our goal is to help you learn the tricks and tips of fundraising. You'll learn how to appeal to VCs and increase your valuation with patents. VCs are complicated and they have their own preferences when it comes to funding startups. You'll learn how to use those preferences to help you get funding. You'll also learn how to get a patent quickly and on a budget. No matter what you've heard before, patents are not complicated or expensive. We'll show you how to get them fast and cheap, and also how to avoid the traps of big legal companies. After this webinar, you'll know how to save literally thousands of dollars on patent filing and how to increase your startup's valuation by $1 million. I can promise you that a patent will increase your valuation and help you get more funding. Getting a patent is simple and can be done on a budget. We have many clients all over the world who are looking for funding. We helped them to get a patent and their valuation was increased. We're experts in this field. Our goal is to help startups fulfill their dreams. So we'd like to help you fulfill your dreams. So why is it hard to get funding? Well, obviously you can't bootstrap your startup forever unless you have unlimited personal cash. You're probably at the limits of bootstrapping right now and need to cross that line to get funding. But you might only have an MVP. You're also not sure how to appeal to VCs. You can pitch your idea, but getting funding is another story. Also, there's that underlying issue. What happens if someone steals your idea during the fundraising journey? You'll be toast, and everything you've worked for will be finished. And someone else will get the funding on that very same idea of yours. We're a startup company, and we work with other startups. We get it. There are so many challenges that you face. Only less than 1% of U.S. startups have VC funding. Why is that? Because competition is crazy and it's growing fast. Today, having users and some sales isn't enough to do a raise. You need more. You need to prove your innovation. Sales and users aren't enough to get funding. You also need to prove that your idea is innovative, unique, and new. VCs fund companies that have proven innovations. You also want to protect your idea because VCs are looking for minimum risk. What is minimum risk? A startup with a patented innovation can block copycats and can defend itself from other companies. Your idea is your most precious asset. Everything has been built on that. VCs will fund that idea, but only if it's proven that it's a unique innovation and if you can show how you can protect it from copycats. The patent on your idea is your secret weapon, a super valuable business asset. Your patent will increase your valuation. But why prove your innovation? Because from the VC's perspective, too many startups look the same. VCs tell me all the time that there's a lack of investment opportunities because there aren't enough strong startups to fund. You need to differentiate yourself and appeal to investors by proving your uniqueness. Once you prove your innovation, your patent will increase your startup valuation by $1 million. It also increases sales by 51% and your employment growth by up to 36%. Your company will become more stable and solid, and hence all your numbers will grow. You won't need to waste time hunting down more funding. You also won't need to worry so much about your competitors. You'll have a protective shield around you, which will help you focus on the important thing, growing your company. But why do VCs love patents so much? Because a patent, by definition, is a form of property, probably the only property your startup owns, and a property is something they can invest in. But wait, what if you fail? We all know startups sometimes fail and things don't always work out. A patent can't guarantee your success. But if your company fails, you still have the patent. And patents, because they're property, can be sold as valuable assets. You and your investors can get back at least part of their investment by cashing in on that patent. All in all, a patent is property that decreases the risk of investment in your company, increases your company valuation, and acts as property that can be invested in or sold or traded. By the way, your patent can even be franchised. But not all patents are created equal. The most valuable patents are those which protect the core of your business and those that can block your competitors from entering your market niche. Those patents are valuable as they can be used to defend your business model. Getting such patents is hard. Most of the companies will fail to get such patents because they don't know what to patent, and how to approach the patent business. How can you get such a valuable patent? Let us show you how. The path is clear. You have to become a successfully funded startup with an idea that is protected by your precious business asset, a patent. Though getting a patent is a straightforward process, there are a few things you should know. Let's clear up the basics of patents. Are you ready? First, let's talk about what is a patent. Patents are the broadest protection for your idea. You can protect the core of your idea, defend yourself against copycats, and also block competitors from entering your market niche. Remember, you don't want to develop a market niche and let someone else get into it and take all your customers. What is patentable? Anything under the sun made by the hand of man or woman. This quote comes from a Supreme Court case in 1973, which decided that engineered bacteria actually are patentable. This means you can patent pretty much any technology: software, hardware, high-tech, chemicals, proteins, etc. What is not patentable is stuff like content. Creative materials like music, images, books, video, or even software code can be protected by copyright. One tricky point is that copyright can be used to protect software code, but only from an exact copy. Copyright is a very limited right. So if you're using copyright to protect your software and someone recodes your software, but still copies your idea, copyright won't help you. Only patents will help you. Names, logos, slogans are protectable by trademarks, or names under which you trade. Coke, Coca-Cola, Coke the Real Thing, etc. These are trademarks that can be protected and used by the owner of the trademark, but they can't be patented. Also, you can't patent anything you want to keep secret. The reason why is simple. Patents represent an exchange. You describe your awesome idea and give details about it to the public, in exchange for which you receive a monopoly right from the government for your patent. If you want to keep your idea secret, you're not upholding your end of the bargain, and then you can't get a patent. One side note is that if you only file for a patent in the US, you can ask for the patent to be kept secret until it actually issues as a patent. Otherwise, it will publish as a patent application 18 months after you file. So to recap, patents give you control. You decide how others can use your idea. You can block others from patenting your idea. You can also have control over big co so they won't steal your idea. If your idea is a car, the patent is your driving seat. You have full control over what's happening. What do you want to patent then? The core of your company and the heart of your business. You want to protect and secure that core so that no one can steal it. You should also protect anything the user experiences. It is public and can be stolen. In other words, your user experience, the solution that you provide to your user, that's also what you really need to protect. Your user is buying your valuable solution because it helps them solve their problem. So whatever the user experiences is valuable to them, and that's what will help you get and retain customers. A patent overall can help you protect your valuable assets, especially your most precious asset, which is your idea. When you patent your idea, you need to think about certain questions. First, what are you selling? Your product will determine the core of your business. Next, you have to determine your business model. It will also have an effect on what you need to patent and how you patent it. Third, if you want to sell in certain countries, or if you have competitors in those countries, you need to get a patent in those countries. We recommend filing in the US, especially for software, because US patents have the broadest protection and the highest dollar value. But if your market or your competitors are in China, then you need to file in China. Your US patent won't help you in China. So how can you get a patent? Well, you can get a patent in 4 simple steps. You do a search to see if you're first, you prepare drawings and text, and then you file your application. And the examiner checks it. What could be easier? You might think you'll file your patent and you'll get the patent within a few weeks. Well, no, you can file quickly. You can see the first 3 steps are really fast. The problem is it slows down when you get to the examiner. Especially in new areas like AI or machine learning, there just aren't enough examiners in these areas. Your patent will be pending probably for several years. Being patent pending during this time isn't bad. During the time when you're patent pending, and before the examiner starts looking at your application, you can argue that you have the right to very broad claims. As broad as is reasonable given what you know about the prior art, that is, stuff that was already published before you filed your idea. Once the examiner starts to look at your claims, then you'll actually know what kind of patent you're entitled to. But a published patent application before examination is like a startup. It represents potential. It's really not bad if it takes a little bit of time for the examiner to examine it. The earlier you file and the quicker you file your application, the earlier your date is, and the more likely you are to be first to file. Remember, first to file for a patent wins. You shouldn't wait to file. Someone else could file first and block you. So how do you file fast? The US Provisional is the best way to do this. Remember, I said file first and file fast because you must be first to file. First to file wins. The US Provisional has the fewest regulations and rules. You can still change your patent within the year. So you file a provisional application fast because of the fewer regulations and rules, and within 1 year you have to continue the process. You can file only in the US or you can file internationally. But you can also make changes, you can add material, you can pivot, you can show changes to your business model within the patent. All of these things can be done within that 1 year. You have 1 year of quiet to figure out what you want to do, and then you can put your patent into its final form. And like I said, at the end of the year, you have the right to continue the process just in the US or internationally. The Provisional gives you the potential to file all over the world within 1 year with the same date as the date you filed your provisional application. This means you can be first to file all over the world. All right, now this is an example of a patent drawing. This is actually one of Facebook's patents on the newsfeed. Mark Zuckerberg is one of the inventors. So it shows the newsfeed, and as you can see, it's all boxes and lines and arrows. We have user devices connected to a computer network, which is traditionally shown as a fluffy cloud, which is in turn connected to a server. And the server has an engine. It's really super simple, just boxes and lines and arrows. If you can whiteboard idea, you can also do patent drawings. So can you do this yourself? You can, but you have to know the following. Startups can be complicated, and so are patents. You need a strategy. In particular, you need to know that you're making the right choice. With patents, it is possible to make a choice by not making a choice. That I don't recommend. I always recommend that people make informed choices by deciding what's best for their startup. Let's say, for example, you want to get a patent all over the world, but then you publish your idea without filing first. Well, now you can only get a patent in the US. Okay, so you can get a patent in the US, and that's good. Why? Because you have 1 year to file for your patent after publishing, but only in the US. That's great, but let's say you accidentally miss that 1 year deadline, even by only 1 day. Well, now it's too late. So you can't get a patent in the US because you missed that 1 year deadline after you published. The moral is, don't accidentally make a choice by not making a decision. So now you see that patents are pretty straightforward and can be done on a budget if you have the right strategy in place. But wait, if you've ever visited a patent attorney before, they might have told you something different, didn't they? Well, that's not a coincidence. Whether you contacted a lawyer or you read about patents on the internet, you probably had the same assumptions. One big misconception is that patents are complicated. It simply isn't true. If you know what you're doing and you have the best support in order to do it, patents and filing for a patent is simple and straightforward. But if you don't have full support, well, then patents are complicated. Another big misconception is that patents are expensive and only available for big companies with big budgets. This sadly can be true if you work with the wrong law office. You can end up paying for high hourly fees to get your patent done. But don't worry, filing for a patent can be done on a budget. Let's show you how. We believe that better information makes better decisions. We share our knowledge for free with you, our fellow entrepreneurs, and we speak plain English, like in this webinar. We also work on fixed price packages. No hourly fees, no uncontrollable budgets. We want to give the power of patents back to entrepreneurs. We also provide full support during the patent process. KISSPatent was founded to help startups realize their dreams. This is super important to us. We're a startup ourselves. We in particular want to help you realize your dreams. Startup dreams are realized through successful ideas. We get patents for startups, like your startup, to rocket your ideas to success so that you can realize your startup dreams. Here's what you won't get from us. No hourly fees. We have fixed price packages for every solution. You won't just be a number. We take care of each client specially. You won't be neglected. There's also no hidden information or details. We share all of our knowledge up front. This is how you can save money with us. You have full control over the pricing if you choose us. We have packages for services like patent searches, filing, and patent strategies for startups. All of our services have 3 tiers and packages: simple, basic, and intermediate. The price depends on how much work you need from us and how much work you can do yourself. All packages have a fixed price. No hidden fees, no uncontrollable prices. You'll pay only for what you get. Nothing more, nothing less. We are way below the prices for other legal companies, and we even do special discounts. For example, we have special lifetime discounts for our community members, and we also have limited only time discounts as well. Speaking of our community, here's another way you can save time and money with us. We have a special and free Patent Community Center where we share all of our knowledge with other like-minded entrepreneurs on patents and startup businesses up front. The center has thousands of articles, videos, and webinars, and all are free. Members can also get special perks and benefits like special discounts or free stuff from our partners. You also get free full online and telephone support from us. We are very happy to answer all your questions. Did I mention that's free? Yes, registration is free. You don't need to pay for anything. If you're interested to learn more about patents before you make a decision, join our community and register. I put out the registration link on the chat window here. Feel free to click on it. It'll direct you to the community site where you need to put down your email address, your name, and a password. Then you're clear to enter and browse all of the knowledge and all of our material and to claim all of our awesome lifetime benefits. This is how we help companies to become successfully funded startups with an idea that is protected by a patent. We get that patent for them fast and cheap. I hope this webinar was useful for you, but now it's your turn. Are you ready to make a decision? Contact us directly for a free consultation at info@kisspatent.com. We'll answer all of your personal questions and we'll recommend for you the best patent solution that can elevate your startup up to the next level. Not yet ready? Join our community and learn as much as you want about patents. We have other webinars like this and several members-only events where we share the latest updates on blockchain, AI, VR/AR, and other industries, and how to enter those markets with patents. Join at kisspatent.com/community or just click on the link there. I'm sure you had questions on this topic. Let's do a Q&A. If you haven't asked a question yet, you can still do it on the left chat window. Simply type in your question. Only I will see it and I'll answer them now. Okay, let's see. Yes, I see some questions coming up. A lot of you are asking about how you can do a patent search online. Or can you do a patent search online? Well, yes, you can. Most of the patents that have been issued on the US are on Google Patents, so you can search them anytime. If you Google Patents, you'll see a search bar just like the regular Google search, but only focused on patents. You type in keywords just like you would for regular Google search, and Google will return patents that are relevant to your search. If you go to the advanced Google patent search, you can also search by the name of the companies, let's say like Apple or Microsoft or whatever. One cautionary note is if you're not sure what you're searching for in relation to your own idea, the results might be overwhelming. So I'd recommend deciding on your patent strategy first, and then searching for relevant patents to know if someone else filed before you. Okay, some of you are asking, do you need to have a patent globally? Well, you can have a global patent. In fact, you can file for patent protection in countries all over the world. But I only recommend doing that in very special cases. Not only is it hard to get, it's also very expensive. And most of the time, filing all over the world isn't necessary. I would, though, recommend getting a patent in the country you're most active in or you want to get funding from. In most of the cases, it's the US. You can also get an EU or European patent as well. So for patents, the EU is considered to be a single country. If you're aiming for the Chinese market, Chinese patents are also really important, but you'll need to pay for a translation. Again, first clear up your patent strategy, and then you can decide in which countries you want to file for your patent. Oh, and just to say it again, you can file first in one country and within 1 year decide if you want to go international or just stay in that country. So for example, if you file for that US provisional like we were recommending, within 1 year you can decide if you only want to continue in the US or if you want to file in other countries internationally, like let's say in China and Europe. Here's another question. What if the examiner rejects my patent? Well, there are a couple of reasons why the examiner might reject you. The most common issue is someone else filed before you. You can't do much about that except, of course, being fast to file so that you're first to file. But other issues might be you couldn't justify the wow factor of your idea compared to what other people were doing, or the explanation of your idea wasn't clear. You can fix this by asking for professional help for patent filing. And yes, you are allowed to argue with the examiner as well. So if you think that the examiner rejected your patent incorrectly or unnecessarily, then it's possible to talk to the examiner either by filing written papers or even talking to them on the phone. If you talk to them on the phone, you can get a better idea of why they rejected you, and you can negotiate with them in order to get the patent through. And here's a last question. Will you get more funding even if you're only patent pending? Yes. Even if your idea isn't yet patented, patent pending shows that you really care about your company's future and are focused. Remember, patent pending, a patent application that hasn't yet been granted, represents potential, just like your startup. Investors are looking to reduce their risk to invest, and proper business management will show this reduced risk. Plus, if you do have a patent pending, you have the potential to block competitors from entering your market niche, so if investors do give you money, they won't suddenly find that you've lost all of your users, all of your customers, to another company. Okay, I hope I answered all your questions. If your question wasn't answered, please contact us directly as shown on the following slide. We'll be happy to answer and speak to you directly. Visit us at KISSPatent.com to learn more about patents and how they can help your business grow to the next level. Thanks for your attendance and have an awesome day. Goodbye.